Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and Dev and I are finishing Oathsworn into the Deepwood. We are in chapter 21. Technically, this is not the finale, but this is the finale to the story section of Oathsworn. It has been a journey. Again, this took over a year, at least since uploading, to the first chapter to now. And unfortunately, Keith could not be with us, but he's with us in spirit. Otis has not died. We've kept him alive, so that's him.
Slip it along.
All right, you ready?
The witch's wailing scream chases you through the tunnel beneath Raven's Reach, blurring your vision and making each step a feat of balance. The keening has worked as you hoped, and every monster within reach of her death cry has come to its call. You can hear the clawing and heavy tread of the beasts above over the ear-splitting shriek.
So we didn't actually have to have two other witches
Nope.
to do this. So
just needed one
basically,
really powerful witch.
the choice of betraying the witch character is just more of a feel-bad decision.
A short distance into your trek, you hack at the support beams that hold open the passageway to seal off any pursuing creatures. Tons of rock and dirt crash down, and at the last moment, you see a wolf-like creature which has been silently stalking your escape, swallowed by the rubble. A rare stroke of luck. You know there is precious little time left before the effects of the keening wear off, and quickly resume your search for the tunnel exit. Traveling through the forgotten passage, you find dozens of rotten corpses, the last human defenders of Raven's Reach. The tomb is a treasure trove of ancient armor and finely smithed weapons. You take a moment to make sure you're as well armed as possible. You know you will need to be where you are going.
Ooh, okay.
Reveal all cards from the chapter 19 and 20 common item decks. You may gain up to 8 items from them. If you take 3 or fewer, all Oathsworn gain a +2 Animus token.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, that's good. So here's the 20. I think a lot of these we didn't need. We can give him the Decapitator back.
Okay. Decapitator's back.
Didn't even realize that was a common. I'd rather have my... Do you want your Sovereign Blade back? No, that's what you...
Let's do it.
There's a Sovereign Blade. We already have a Witchwood
that's
bow.
a single hand.
Any armor or anything that you want? I think we're pretty good.
I'll look through the gear.
There's one armor. There's no gear
Okay.
left. At least not in the 20. So I could be just lying straight to your face because chapter 19 might have some sexy stuff. 18. So there's the 19. Stay. Got it. So the 20. I'm assuming we're good because you like your Sovereign Plate.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Dark Half Iron Plate and then there's a Decapitator. You get your War Scythe back.
Oh, it wasn't the War Scythe. It was the unique variant.
Oh. Well, this makes it an area. But okay. Then that's all there is for gear.
When you attack, no, I'll stick with my
Okay.
sword.
That's the only thing that's there for gear in 19.
Okay. I think I'm good. I think we're good on both.
Ignore the loss when colliding with something you suffer from knockback. Are you sure?
Oh, that whole battle and everything once.
No, the Amber thing I was talking about for him because he keeps getting his ass beat by.
Sure. Yeah, that's good. Give him a badass cloak too.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well that.
Oh, it just gives you a flat defense too.
Oh shit, it does. That knocks it up to 9.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a 9. Cool. Well, that is 3 or fewer, so everyone gets a +2.
Sexy.
Animus. Hot. There's one.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. And that's 17. So let's keep going, baby.
Ahead, a pinprick of light finally guides you toward an exit into the Deepwood. Emerging, you turn to look back at the fallen fortress. You can no longer hear the Thracian witch's screams. Yet a sea of flesh and fur and bone continues to wash over the crumbling stone walls, clawing and snapping at one another in a desperate attempt to answer the keening summons. Somehow its effects have not yet worn off. Still, the beasts howl and cry out in a cacophony of death that words cannot describe. Suddenly, there is a clap of thunder, and you see a line of trees in the distance topple over as the doom of Bastone emerges. Its storm-grey form barrels through the fortress's eastern wall, pulverizing defenses which had stood for untold ages. With the gargantuan beast's appearance here, you know the way is clear into the heart of darkness. You must move, now. Hurrying through the Deepwood, the death knell of Raven's Reach is muffled by the thick, sickening trees, and you are afforded a rare moment of peaceful respite. Just days ago, nearly 300 soldiers departed Verum, and now only you, a single free company, are all that remains. One free company, and one last chance. A few hundred yards later, you arrive at a small clearing, and see the heart of darkness before you, like a black scar gouged into the earth. Sharp pains begin to stab along the length of your arms as you approach the deadly cavern. As you look down at them, you find the black spots on your skin have begun to sprout and spread.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow this place seems to be hastening the effects of the plague. You have seen what befalls those in the later stages of the disease, and the thought sickens you. You feel weak and drained of hope, but you know you must find a way to hold it together long enough to complete your mission.
Yep. Increase plague level on your free company sheet to 3.
Oh, damn.
So that didn't even... It didn't even matter what it was at. I guess it mattered while we had it.
Standing at the precipice of the cavern entrance, you share a look with your companions. There is no turning back, not for any of you now. Verum's survival is in your hands. Lighting your amber torches, you take the first steps into the Deepwood's heart. Your torches barely hold back the encroaching dark. What little illumination you have falls upon a path of overgrown roots and jagged hunks of amber buried in the dense soil. The walls are close and the atmosphere is thick. You struggle to force enough air into your lungs as you slash and hack at the labyrinth of undergrowth, slowing your advance.
Perform a survival check, difficulty 4. Go for it, baby.
Oh, yeah.
We have all this open table.
So much table.
And survival checks, we get just 1 redraw. 2 redraw, sorry. Got it.
Nailed it.
All Oathsworn gain an empowered ×3 token. They're going to be just...
I got some.
You got some? Cool. I feel like they're just going to be trying to pump us with tokens for this fight.
Alright, it's the final boss, guys.
It gives us a bunch of tokens in the fight. Special rules are lose all tokens. I
With
think we just
grim
lost.
determination, you push through the endless thicket. Swing after swing only reveals more roots and vines as it starts to feel like you are digging your own grave. Going deeper, the tunnel gets tighter and tighter, and where you could walk shoulder to shoulder before, you are now forced into single file. The fetid air gets thicker still, and a grogginess clouds your mind. As the world judders and your vision swims, a scuffling noise catches your attention. As you raise your torch to look ahead, the darkness disgorges terror. Fiends you have fought and things you have only seen in your nightmares slither and crawl toward you. Looking at your skin, you see every wound and scar you have ever suffered split open, tearing your flesh anew and spilling your lifeblood upon the earth. Your attempts to fell the creatures are useless as your weapons pass cleanly through them. They appear by the hundreds, and within moments, the darkness envelops you. In the black, an ethereal weightlessness takes hold. Memories swirl in your mind. You are already dead. Your funeral was long ago. The night before you set out on the wire to take the oath, a pyre was lit for you. There you cut all ties and bonds to your old life, and took on the name of aspirant. You spent a day and a night in the Deepwood to get to the Oathstone. The journey that killed so many did not deter you, and you found the stone circle. There, he waited for you, and an oath was spoken.
Perform a reasoning check. Difficulty 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, we get. Come on! No! No! 4. You're fucking kidding me. Fuck off.
Panic rises, threatening to overwhelm you. But as the madness wraps its icy fingers around your mind, the words of the oath resound in your head like the drumbeat of war, giving you clarity and purpose. Today you take your stand. Today you join the line, the first and last line, the line of the glorious dead. None have broken it. Will you be the first? No, you will not be the first. This is just an illusion, a nightmare. Whatever force is at play here, you will not let it master you. Returning to your senses, you exchange a look with your companions. It seems everyone experienced the same vision. Without speaking a word, you continue down the tunnel. After a time, its descent becomes extremely steep, and an even thicker growth of roots and vines bars your way. There is no choice to make here, no left or right, only forward, deeper into the claustrophobic passageway. A terrible feeling of sickness and corruption washes over you, the world suddenly twisting away. The walls begin to close in around you as roots reach out to bind your arms and squeeze your chest, slithering into your eyes and mouth. You can feel the diseased tree inside you, crushing and choking, strangling you from within.
Perform a reasoning check. Difficulty 6.
6. Yeah, have me another.
One more. These ours. They are. Oh! No. No.
You got 2, right?
Yeah.
Hey, there it
2,
is.
3, 4, 5.
And then the critical.
6, 7. Nice. All Oathsworn gain a redraw token. You got some over there?
Yep.
Again, the words of your oath come to mind. We shall not break. We join the line. We answer the call. We will stand and die. Yet death will know our name. We are Oathsworn. 26 words that now define you. Together, they draw you back to the surface, and you gulp air. The tunnel is as it was, the vision passing. As you look ahead, the tunnel has come to an end, and a vast cavern now lies before you. You step into a massive, domed cavern of packed earth and roots. Great pillars as thick as deepwood trees rise from the floor and mingle with a dense network of vines which support the ceiling. A soft amber glow runs through their veins, tracing the walls of the cavern and running along the ground. The amber light pulses with the rhythm of a heart beating deep beneath the earth. This is the epicenter of the tunnel system, the heart of darkness. Further in, you sense something moving, something big. You cautiously advance, holding your torches high to glean a clearer view ahead. What you see stops you in your tracks. Partially submerged in the earth and bound to the cavern walls by dozens of thick, pulsing roots, slumbers a colossal being. The massive figure judders and writhes as though afflicted by nightmares. The portion of the creature not buried below the earth must be twice as large as anything you have ever faced. It was clearly an Adendri once, though it is now swollen to gigantic proportions. Warped and twisted, every root and vine in the cavern leads back to this creature, forming its own prison. Finally, jutting from its chest is a huge amber boulder, which pulses in synchrony with the veins on the walls. Looking closely, you see something move beneath its glassy, orange surface. Magnificent, isn't he? An all too familiar voice asks. Turning with a start, you find Sam'l at your side, staring up at the slumbering giant. Turning your weapons to him, Sam'l merely smiles. Please, after all we've been through together, he smirks, walking through your weapons as though they are not there. You won't be needing those. Not yet, anyway. You must first learn why you wield them. Everything must happen in its proper time.
Alright, we can choose one. We can ask who the slumbering giant is, or ask who Sam'l is.
Here's who this giant is, because I assume it's something that they corrupted. The Watchers did for their unlife.
Yeah.
Let's ask who Sam'l is.
Alright.
You know who I am not, Sam'l replies with a knowing smile. I am clearly not your dead friend, but that much is obvious now. He regards you for a moment, fixing you with haunting eyes. I am many things, he continues. I am the one who saved you in the Forbidden City. I am the one who saved you in the woods. I have been your guide, prodding and nudging you along, bringing you here. You may call me a benefactor of sorts, a purveyor of truths and holder of keys. Yet somehow I do not possess the one for my own chains. Sam'l places a hand on the great amber boulder swelling within the giant dendry and moves his face close to its surface. Something inside stares back at him. Suddenly, Sam'l's smile evaporates and his eyes become black pits of hate. For eons I have waited here in the depths, remembered only by the land, barely an echo of my former self, left to rot in this prison. Crippled, bound, broken.
This guy is killing
No
it.
more, he says, his smile returning. Our friend here helped me find a way out. The most powerful lies are those laced with the truth, and he desperately needed this one to be true. An expression of great pleasure creeps over Sam'l's face. He drank from the life stream, the witchlight, as you call it, and the world died. An infinite stream of tortured souls flowed in, driving him utterly mad. Since then, every death has fed me. Everything consumed or claimed, every broken sob, every nightmare, every drop of pain has found its way back here, allowing me to grow within him and the Deepwood to spread. A temple to the power of lies. Returning his focus to you, Sam'l stares with amused satisfaction. And now, it is your turn, for most importantly to you, I am your salvation.
Oh, if you have not done so yet, ask who the slumbering giant is.
Returning his gaze to the massive being, Sam'l speaks with a soft smile. Poor thing, he was once the father of an entire people. A king losing a war against the tree killers. He wished to defeat his enemies. So I told him how. I was but a whisper when he first came to me. Nothing more than a worm in the ear. I gave him what he asked for, though not quite the way he'd intended. A smile broadens on Sam'l's face as he turns to you. Now, he is the father of a much greater kingdom, he says, raising his hands to gesture at the entirety of the Deepwood. You suddenly remember the tale you read in the Watcher's journal, the story of the war with the Adendri over the Life Giver. It said the Adendri were losing that war when the madness came, wiping out the city, and in its death throes, the Deepwood followed. If what Sam'l is saying is true, the massive Adendri buried beneath the earth here must be the cause of it all. The names Tsunari and Karnas resurface in your mind. Were they the mother and father to the Adendri people? If so, then this must be Karnas, the progenitor of the Adendri race and apparently the source of the Deepwood as well. Everything leads back to him. Would killing this giant creature spell the end of the Deepwood?
Perform a spot check, difficulty 5. Spot. Okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hey.
While Samuel is busy talking, you assess the giant slumbering Adendri to gain insight into what kind of combat threat he represents. He may be immobile now, but his massive arms could nearly reach any point in the cavern, and its body is well protected by thick bark plates which look like they can turn aside any weapon blow. Looking closely, however, you find small gaps in the armor where a well-placed blade could pierce the fibrous flesh beneath. A corpuscular stench of rot exudes from the creature, and unlike the other Adendri you have seen, Karnas is covered in undulating pustules and fungus. Should you face the giant, you would surely be facing his bioweapons as well as his immense strength. Suddenly, in the shadows behind Karnas, you see tiny pinpricks of light flicker with each pulse of the amber glow. You do not recall seeing them when you first entered the cavern, but standing there in the darkness are dozens of Deepwood creatures, silently awaiting command. The situation makes you uneasy as they unblinkingly stare back at you. Could Samuel be controlling them?
Reveal the special rules board for the encounter. Mark the special rules box for Chapter 21 on your free company sheet.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to get to know exactly how whatever we're fighting is. Oopsie. It is.
Is there 2 only ones?
No, that's the encounter board.
Oh.
The Mad Dreamer.
Mad Dreamer.
2 black, 2 red, 2 yellow is the might. He has 5 defense. He's large and immune to knockback. He has fetid spores. The fetid spores rules change depending on whether the triggered stage card was drawn during the encounter phase or as a reaction. If it was drawn during the encounter phase, perform all steps below. If it was drawn as a reaction, only perform step 3. So, exploding all existing spores, all Oathsworn on or adjacent to a poison marker, suffer knockback, or suffer an attack from the Dreamer. Draw once and apply to all affected characters on the board. Remove all poison from the game board, and then the poison, step 3 is place a poison under each Oathsworn that is on the board. The host, all minions, regardless of visual difference, are part of the host. They are functionally identical. The host has a black might, they're the mob, and defensive 7. Call host, place 4 minions to the closest empty hex to the northwest and northeast corners of the game board, 2 minions in each corner, and then regrow. All of the Dreamer's damage dice gain 2 health. This does not heal broken locations. He is everywhere! The Dreamer requires no line of sight to perform any of his attacks and abilities unless stated otherwise. So that is the final... So we're both wrong.
Okay. Well, the perverted Samuel thing, maybe.
Well, that we were on thematically. I don't think it's a fight, though. Okay, we have asked who Samuel is.
Your mind races as you try to make sense of it all. The Adendri had been right all along. The key to ending the plague, and even the Deepwood itself, lies here. But why did they not try to end it themselves?
Perform a reasoning check, difficulty 4. Ooh.
Well, I get 2 rerolls?
Yep. Alright, cool.
Sweet.
Thinking back to your time in the Witchwood, you remember the power of the spores the Adendri used to enslave others. If this creature is truly Karnas, the father of their race, perhaps the madness within the cavern would have overtaken them as well. Instead, they deceived you into coming here to slay the monster they were responsible for creating. But their world was dying. The boundaries of their forests were being pushed ever backward by the Deepwood, and they were desperate to survive. Desperate people do desperate things. Might you have done the same? And what of this being who pretends to be Samuel? You can understand why the Adendri would want you here, but what about him? If his lies truly led Karnas to drink from this so-called life stream, thereby giving birth to the Deepwood, then why would he summon you here to destroy his creation? There is something you are not being told. You level the question at the entity wearing Samuel's visage. He offers you a serious glare, choosing his next words carefully. You are here to make a choice that must be real. There is power in lies, but far more in truths, he replies disdainfully. So you must be told the truth to decide freely. Only then will it have the power needed. When you ask him to explain what choice he refers to, Samuel slowly turns and peers at the thing writhing inside the great amber stone buried in Karnas' chest. The only choice that has ever mattered, of course. The choice to set me free. A deep groan suddenly emerges from the slumbering giant, shaking the earth. He is slowly waking. At the very same moment, you hear the scrabbling sound of the great horde returning from their feast at Raven's Reach. They will be upon you soon. You have only a few precious minutes to learn as much as possible from the being disguised as Samuel.
You only have time to ask 4 questions. You may ask each question only once, then you must make your final decision. Wow, we have 9 questions. Okay. Sorry, 8. We can ask Samuel what will happen if you release him. Ask what will happen if you refuse to release Samuel. Ask why your choice would matter. Ask why Samuel chose your free company. Ask where the plague in Verum came from. Ask if Samuel can control the coming horde to give you more time. Ask for more information on who Samuel is. Ask for more information on Karnas' weakness. So, I mean,
I want to know more about the vicinity. If he's wanting to be freed or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm thinking the first one is what happens if we release him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, the right question, he smiles. You came here searching for an end to the plague, but I can offer you a far greater prize. Samuel steps close, his face inches from your own. If you release me, you will bring an end to the Deepwood itself. A wide grin spreads across his face, letting the revelation hang in the fetid air. You see, I am imprisoned inside our slumbering friend here, he continues. Yet, with just one simple death, I can be set free. His death. Kill Karnas. Set me free. Without him, the plague will lose its potency and the Deepwood's expansion will cease. You will save your city and its people. The world could be reclaimed and I will walk it once more, free of my bonds. A look of intense satisfaction crosses Samuel's face. He did not explain who it would be who reclaimed the world. Of course, you must give your own lives to set me free, he continues nonchalantly. But you already know that, don't you? He is right. There is no scenario where you envision walking out of this alive. In fact, the moment you contracted the plague, a part of you heard the bell toll in the distance. Now it thunders in your ears.
All right.
Well, no downsides there. And yeah, it's so good. It's such a good deal.
Right, it's not even our fucking problem anymore.
It's only a benefit, yeah.
So, we can ask if Samuel can control the coming horde to give you more time.
Well, I want to know what happens. What's the other option? What are the other questions? The one if we refuse.
Ask what will happen if we refuse to release Samuel.
Of course, then it'll just be his take on it.
Oh no, probably the Deepwood keeps expanding, and I'll kill you myself. Mm-hmm. It's like, I mean, if we're dying no matter what, then we can ask about Karnas' weaknesses. Maybe that gives us something. Ask for more information on who Samuel is.
Yeah, let's do that. I like that one.
Before,
As I said, I am not myself, nor am I the man you see before you. A veil is drawn between us. If you truly wish to know me, then you need only choose to release me. In that moment, all will be revealed, I promise you. I do not speak falsely when I say I am your salvation. Whoever Samuel is, he is clearly not telling you all he knows. The rules of this choice may force him to tell the truth, but that does not seem to compel him to reveal everything.
Cool. That was that one. So we have 2 more questions. We're going to have you pick one more, and I can pick the other one.
Okay.
So which one do you want? You want to know... Ask what will happen if we refuse. Ask why our choice would matter. Ask why Samuel chose our free company. Ask where the plague in Verum came from. Ask if Samuel can control the coming horde.
Why do you choose us?
Okay.
Samuel smiles, shrugging his shoulders. Perhaps you were the smartest, the bravest, the strongest. Perhaps you earned your way here, proved yourself worthy. Or perhaps it is as simple as you are the only ones to ever reach this place. His evil eyes watch and wait menacingly above a sinister grin. No, he replies at last. I brought you here through death and disease, saving your life time and again for one reason. I have seen who you are, and I know you will make the right choice.
Okay. Now mine. I'm torn between asking if he can control the coming horde to give us more time or asking about the weakness. I highly doubt either one of them actually gives us a benefit to the fight.
Mm-hmm.
He probably can't control the horde. I'll do the weakness.
Always thinking of the challenge ahead, like the good soldiers you are, Samuel offers with an arrogant sense of pride. Well, he is all around you. The pillars, the vines, and the very walls in this cavern are all him. Nowhere is safe, the trees least of all. You would be wise to keep your distance from his spores and be ready to move when you enrage him, for that is when they will be the thickest. But most importantly of all, know he will be at his most dangerous when injured. Try not to spend yourselves too quickly.
Hey, we all gain a defense token.
Nice.
Alright, so there was some benefit to that. Boop. Okay, so keep your distance from his spores and be ready to move because he attacks. Yeah, the fetid spores change. Being on or adjacent to a spore, you suffer an attack from the Dreamer. So two black, 2 red, 2 yellow. So if you're on or adjacent to it. Okay. And what sucks is if those are triggered during a reaction, a spore immediately pops underneath us. But they don't explode. So that's pretty good. Alright, that is our 4 questions.
The roar of the horde of beasts stampeding down the tunnel grows louder, rushing to the cavern entrance. You desperately hack at the stone and dirt and roots, collapsing the tunnel and sealing yourself inside. You have managed to buy yourself some time. Suddenly, a boulder-sized fist smashes into the ground behind you, and a mouthless roar rattles your bones. Karnas, the father of the Adendri and creator of the Deepwood, driven mad and sealed within this living tomb for hundreds of years, awakens. Your moment has arrived, Oathsworn, Samuel shouts. Will you kill Karnas and release me, beginning the end of the Deepwood and the death of the plague? Or will you refuse and die, dooming your city just to keep me locked within this prison? You see, it was always about you, Samuel says, looking right at you. sitting at that table week after week. Your choices forming this world, every choice leading you here. Now, it is time. Will you open the last mystery? Will you release me? Release me. Release me. Samuel's words boom through the cavern, shifting and warping the very fabric of reality. The walls appear to stretch and twist as you desperately search for more options than the one Samuel presents. You find none. Carnus writhes in torment, fighting his bonds and clawing at the floor, desperate to free himself. You are out of time. Death is always a certainty. That is the lot of all Oathsworn. All that matters now is making it a good one. The opportunity to end the plague and destroy the Deepwood lies before you. All you must do is kill Carnus, but in doing so, you will unleash whatever Samuel is into the world. Something primal in you warns against this, yet could you lose Verum to stop him? He is clearly a being of immense power. If with one lie he could cause the breaking of the world, what would he be capable of, free from his bondage? Could losing Verum mean saving the rest of the world? You look into Samuel's eyes, seeking any sign of humanity, some reason to console you if you choose to free him. But he is not hiding himself from you now. His eyes are black pits, and in them you see only death staring back at you. The cavern falls silent as the world teeters on a knife's edge. Choose one last time.
All right. Kill the Mad Dreamer to release Samuel, ending the Deepwood and the plague. Mm-hmm. Or keep Samuel bound, dooming Verum to the plague and preserving the Deepwood. Why do I imagine... So, spoiler, kind of. But I'm just imagining Samuel having that horrible... I am Vani voice whenever it's...
I'm Vani!
Yeah, it's like, oh no, like he becomes this monstrous being, and it's like, has that fucking London nasally... Cockney accent. It's like, oh no, it's ruined!
I'm death!
What if like, number 2, we just actually don't have to do the encounter?
I hope that's not the case. This whole thing's a mess.
This is a shit show. What would our characters do?
So what the fuck? So the Deepwood is some kind of perversion of nature that
It is
bloomed from the great father of the Addendri drinking from the life stream.
He went to...
And it sounded like it was dead souls rushed into him and caused him to go mad.
Well, yeah, so the Deepwood wasn't always a thing. I think one of the chapters that you missed, apparently was very crucial, was going to the Addendri home. Mm-hmm. That's where you actually find that there was this massive battle between basically humans and the Addendri, which are the natural forest inhabitants. And this king did whatever he did to be like, we're losing this war, I'll do whatever it takes to save it. This guy, this being, this other type of god, was like, it's giving me very Jinn or Genie vibes, where it's like, yeah, man, I'll help. And
you should drink from death.
Yeah, and that's where the Deepwood
did
spread.
That, made him crazy, and he spawned the Deepwood. So maybe that's just his lot, because maybe that was his power gone crazy, is the Deepwood.
Well, it seems like it's one of those. It's like a monkey's paw situation, kind of, where it's like, hey, yeah, like, now you're gonna win this war because the Deepwood's gonna keep encroaching and growing and killing off the humans and stuff. So it's like,
but will it eventually stop?
I mean, it will if we kill the Mad Dreamer. It seems like.
So it's like So it sounds like the Deepwood is like an ongoing, killer of humanity.
Yeah.
And if we can't stop it, I mean, does humanity eventually ends?
I mean,
at the hands of the Deepwood, will the Deepwood run out of steam? Does it run out of juice?
Well, it doesn't seem like it's like not going to stop encroaching. I mean, we don't really know the layout of this land. We don't know what the continent looks like. Is there an ocean? It's like eventually it'll stop that. Unless it's magical and it's like it starts sucking up the ocean and eventually it's all forest. But,
So it'll stop.
I mean, humanity perseveres. Scar Tribe live in the Deepwood. That village lives in the Deepwood. So it's like Verum in these cities
That
of...
village is gone now.
Yeah, that's true. But they did.
One day without its spirit guardian, and it evaporated.
Yeah, that's true.
We walked away,
Well, to be
50 feet away, and it exploded.
Well, that's because of the sorcerer and her killing the people to raise her.
50 feet! That's all.
But it's like humanity could always persevere, so we could look at it in a... We've seen that humanity can triumph over the Deepwood. Yeah, it sucks, but hey, we'll just keep hacking at it and keep doing what we're doing. We always will have Oathsworn. So the Deepwood isn't that bad. Or we can stop the Deepwood, but then release whatever this fucking god demon creature is.
It's like some kind of worm.
It's like the lesser of two evils. Do we want to release this all-powerful Jinn to destroy
wants
the
to
humanity?
reclaim something.
Because at the same time, why is he imprisoned?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's some eldritch progenitor shit.
Yeah, this is the Lovecraft game this whole time. And through the rift of time and space, Azathoth steps forward.
And just neither of them feel good.
No. Yeah, keep Samel bound, dooming Verum to the plague, and preserving
But just letting
Deepwood.
ourselves die.
I think it sounded like we die either way.
Well, yeah, it's either we die, just dead,
Yeah.
or we fight a great tree being to the death. Or die that way.
I have no idea. We have never had a decision that altered the encounter. It was always like, basically our decisions were make a check, see how many tokens you get.
Yeah.
This one could literally be fight the Mad Dreamer. And get that epilogue ending. Or if we keep Samel bound, maybe we actually don't fight. Maybe there's just a story thing there.
Yeah.
And I wish I knew. I wish I knew, because it's like, oh, keep Samel bound and just not do a Chapter 21 encounter. Because there's also shit that it's like, it kept making us check our knockout track. Why? I don't
So
know.
it's either the devil we know or the devil we don't know.
Yeah. Which one's worse?
Deepwood kind of sucks.
I
I mean, nothing but island states existing in this ether of death.
Yeah, things like satyrs and spider queens that are all like...
That's not good. None of that sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then, okay, we remove all that.
And we
then
know
whatever
that...
the fuck he is.
Yeah.
How bad could he be? He's one guy. He's one demon, one black-eyed demon.
Yeah, he was bound before.
Yeah. How bad could he be? Versus a fucking a world-encompassing Deepwood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has anything hinted at our... so our choices was hinted... Who hinted at our choice earlier? In this most recent chapter. Something hinted at the choice. But what hinted towards the choice?
Wait, like this choice?
Yeah. Something hinted towards it.
Oh, he did. I thought it was him.
Oh, it was Samuel.
Yeah.
And he's been drawing this.
Yeah, he's actually...
And now he's like...
He's kind of been guiding us to get here.
Yeah.
Like, he got us into the city. So it's like he's powerful. He's powerful enough to help us survive without being released.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What do you think? Just die? Just say, fuck it. Fuck you, Samuel.
Yeah, at the same time, he's like fucking impersonating our buddy.
Yeah!
Yeah, what a dick.
What a dick!
Should show someone we didn't know. Samuel was our boy. Did Samuel even exist? Oopsie. See, I keep hitting the thing.
Ugh. I don't know, man. I kind of don't want to fight him, but then at the same time, the Deepwood fucking sucks. And I feel like our characters would want to fight the Deepwood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, God. Well, here's the thing. Our last decision to not even start the caning was also kind of based around... I mean, if we weren't going to start the caning, then the plague didn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
And we also... It's like, this guy... I mean, they mentioned the rules. So it's like, well, the rules say he has to tell the truth, but he doesn't have to say...
So there's some kind of unwritten binding rules to this guy.
Right. He doesn't have to reveal all information, but he does have to speak the truth. She, as an Addendri, would probably want to keep him bound.
Mm-hmm.
How did he get bound in the first place? That's the other question we don't know.
Well, he was inadvertently trapped within Canis.
Carnus.
Carnus.
I'm like, Canis.
Anus.
You're right.
And has grown in power from his drinking, from his consuming of death.
Right.
Because whatever Samuel is apparently consumes death. Lord of Lies, or whatever he is. But apparently he's bound to truths in this. Maybe the Deepwood.
I think the Deepwood could potentially be a better alternative than releasing Samuel.
Sure, let's do it.
Keep him bound?
Sure.
Fuck it.
They were dying.
Write the keyword sealed on our free company sheet. We probably have to fight him no matter what. But that's okay. Sealed.
The word issues firm and true from your lips. No. Samuel shakes with...
Jamie is 100% a Lord of the Rings fan, where it's like, release me! No. And then we walk away with the one ring.
Age, pure hatred consuming his visage. You have dedicated your life to putting fiends and horrors into the ground. You will not allow this one to escape it. You feel it in your bones. Samuel is too dangerous. The weight of your choice is not lost on you. The hopes of thousands of lives have been snuffed out by it. But that is your burden to carry, your responsibility, one that is heavier than death itself. Verm may fall, but other cities will still survive. People have survived 1,000 years of the Deepwood, and could do so 1,000 more. Looking into Samuel's eyes, however, you see no future at all. All could be lost if he were to be freed. Samuel bellows a deep, rage-filled roar, railing against the eons he has spent in his prison. As the cavern shakes, Samuel slowly fades from sight, his hate-filled eyes never leaving yours. The mad dreamer, Carnus, roars in his madness, thrashing from side to side. He yanks at the great vines, tethering him to the earth. He will surely destroy you in this confined space, and your choice means you cannot kill him. The moment has come to finally face your own death, to lay down your arms in this unmarked grave deep beneath the earth. Then you see it. As Carnus swings his mighty fists wildly about, he smashes the cavern wall, sending great clods of earth and stone to the ground. Your eyes dart to the tree-like pillars that support the roof, and the realization hits you. If you cannot kill him, the next best option is to bury him. If you can injure the ancient Addendri Lord enough, in his rage he may bring the entire cave down on top of himself. You will bury yourselves along with him, but at least this sacrifice would stop anyone else from being drawn here by Samuel. You could seal his prison for good. The thick vines chaining Carnus's right arm snap. He is breaking free. Towering before you, the great antlered head of Carnus rolls forward, fixing his large, mad eyes upon you. The time has come to fulfill your oath.
All right. That was Chapter 21 Story. We now move on to Chapter 21 Encounter. So, turns out, no decision will ever keep you from an encounter.
No, you will fight.
Yeah, you always will have an encounter. But that is okay. Alright, that was Chapter 1 Story. Stick around for the actual finale of Oathsworn. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.